Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm gonna show you how to change the brake pads on an F82, M4, F80, M3 or any F-Series BMW with a M brakes. So let's get to it. Alright, so you're gonna start by popping up the hood and removing this plastic cover. I already removed it. There's just 3 nuts holding onto it. You just do a quarter turn on them and you open up the brake reservoir right here just to release the pressure. Next, we're gonna jack up the car. I like to use this jack pad. I got it from Amazon. I will link it down below just so you don't damage that little rubber mount you have, even though mine is pre-damaged, but this one slots right in, so I'm gonna jack up the car now. Right now I'm gonna remove the wheel bolts. I'm using a 17mm socket. Having a half an impact power tool makes this really easy. All right, so first thing we're gonna start on, I like to sit on the wheel when I remove the wheel. So you're gonna need a punch, anything really to push out those 2 pins right here. I know Harbor Freight have a really nice punch sets that have like a hollow point here, so it fits perfect over here. I'm just gonna use a regular punch point, but I'm not gonna use the punch side of it. I'm gonna use the flat side so I don't damage the pin, and it's a perfect fit on it. So just hammer on it lightly. It doesn't take much effort unless it's very seized and you haven't changed yours in forever. That's where the pin is, right here. So once you have leverage on it here, you can honestly just pull it out with a pair of pliers. Here we go, first one out. Here we go, here's the second one out. So now what's holding on to the brake pads is this spring right here. And once you push out the brake pads out, the spring should be released. And as you guys can see, there's the brake sensor as well. So this spring, you just have to kind of like wiggle it around and you'll be able to take it out. So I have this little pry bar, and I'm gonna use it to pry the pistons back out to relieve the pressure. That's why we opened the brake reservoir on it. So as you guys can see, the brake pad is moving, releasing pressure. It doesn't take much force, you just have to give it consistent pressure. And now it's fully released and it's away from the spring. As you guys can see, it's not hitting the spring anymore. So now we can just grab the spring and move it out of the way. There we go, here's the spring out. And here's the first pad out. And I'm gonna do it 1 pad at a time. As you can see, this pad barely had any life left. Here's the new one for comparison. The pads that were on it are the OEM, and honestly they were great. I wanted to get an OEM replacement, but they're very expensive, and I am gonna take the car to the track, so I figured let me try something new. So I went with a ECS tuning one, and let me show you the package to be exact. It's the EP24 Enthusiast Performance Brake Pad Set. The front pads were for $165. They come in a pretty nice box like this one. So now to put the new one, you just slide the new one on, but before I put it on, I do want to put some grease on it. All right, so I'm just putting some grease on the back of the pad just to help with the squealing and all that, prolong the life of the pistons. All right, now we slide in the new pad just like that. And now for the other one, same thing, we're gonna use a pry bar just to pry it out of the way and relieve the pressure. Try to do it in a way where you're damaging the old pad and you're not damaging the rotor itself. because the old pad you don't care much about, the rotor you care about. So that's it. Now we're gonna pull it out. I'm gonna remove the sensor first, and I am gonna reuse the sensor. It's recommended to put a new sensor in. I'm just gonna reuse it because it didn't reach the spot where the sensor got damaged and the brake light came on, so I'm just gonna clean it and reuse it. This sensor, the way it works is when this piece of plastic gets shaved off, it's gonna trigger that brake light inside your car to tell you, hey, your brake pads are really low. I didn't shave it off because I didn't go as low, so I'm just gonna reuse it. If I get a brake light, I'll change it. It's like 10 bucks. Here's the other brake pad. Now we're gonna grab the new one, and same thing, we're gonna apply some grease on it. And before I put it on, I do wanna clean that sensor pretty well. Here it is. I'm gonna attach the brake sensor on the new brake pad. There we go. The bump should be facing the actual pad, so just like that. And the brake sensor is on now. I heard the click. So now I'm gonna clean the spring and the pins pretty well so I can reuse them. All right, and same thing for the pins. Definitely clean out the pins because it will make the process of installing them much easier. And I like to use some Scotch-Brite on them too. It will help with cleaning all the way. It doesn't take long to clean it. So here's like a before and after of a clean one and a dirty one. And of course, if it's too damaged, just replace the pins. There are replacement parts for all those stuff. Okay, now you're gonna place the spring back on just like that, and the way the pin works, gonna go through here into the brake pads. There's those two holes, that's where the pin will go into the brake pad, over the spring right here, and then into the second brake pad. So just make sure you route it the right way. Sometimes you have to move the pad back and forth like that to make it go through that hole. So now I see it going through the second hole. Hopefully you guys see it on camera. And then you might have to give it some taps to push it all the way in. Here we go, I see it going in. I'm not gonna tap it all the way until I put the bottom side. Same thing for the bottom side, make sure it goes through the actual rotor, the pad hole, and then push the spring in. Make sure the pin going over the spring, then into the second pad. Here we go. Now you see the pin here, you see it here, and we're good to go on it. That's it. Just make sure it's tapped all the way. It doesn't have to stick out from here, but at least it went through the right way. There we go. Now to put the wheel back on. Right, now to put the wheel back on, I have a 5mm spacer on, so you might not have a spacer, but they're all the same way. Gonna line up the holes. Make sure it's not cross-threaded when it go in, and it's going in smoothly, just like that. You don't want any kickback when you're putting it in. It should be smooth, just like that. All right, and the torque spec on it is 140 Newton meter or 104 foot-pound. Always make sure your wheels are torqued, and it's better to lower the car, torque them on the floor. All right, and we're done. Make sure to close the cap and put everything back and go for a test drive. Make sure the brakes feel good. And thank you guys for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye.